Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is James, and in this video, let's look again at why Bill is the bad guy and what's going on with CRM. I'll reference World Beyond, so if you didn't see it, you won't be in the dark about some of the crucial questions like why is this happening and why is this happening this way. I'll also, toward the end, reference a leaked photo from the Ones Who Live set. This came out months ago, and I've already done a video on it. I'll leave that link in the description. I go into more detail about the leak in that video. So what's up? We got the Ones Who Live trailer, and with the inclusion of the bombing of Atlanta and the Entertainment Weekly interview with Bill actor Terry O'Quinn, we have much more info now. Major General Bill. He served in Vietnam. He was a military guy, surely in the military at the time of the outbreak, and very possibly the one that called some of the shots at the start, like Operation Cobalt and such. But why him? He must be one of the most senior military personnel still alive and active. It seems, along with maybe some of the government remnants, they started Civic Republic of Philadelphia. One huge question I have is why not restart the USA? And, you know, when the USA became the United States, it had territories, you know, that became states, and they united and they became the United States. Decent name as far as it kind of described what it was. That's not the case anymore. It's just a group of people in one city. I hope we get to see some of that as far as why they decided to call it Civic Republic and all that kind of stuff. Because these people are rising from the ashes, per se, of an apocalypse. But it's definitely still a question. So Bill, even though they're higher ranks than Major General above him, we don't know if those people are alive. And I'm not sure. I'm not in the military, you know, and all up on everything military. But let's say in a war or something, the three people above you get wiped out in an explosion. Do you suddenly jump rank, or are you still a Major General? So whatever the case, he may still have some people above him in the military. It does seem like he's running the military, while a council runs the Civic Republic. When they formed, it was decided that the military would have freedom and zero oversight from the council or civilians, any civilian oversight, for 10 years. And that's something we learned in World Beyond. World Beyond was the 10-year mark. And so we learned Bill does not want to give up power. Okay, so in World Beyond, we got this information, and really from a newspaper that someone was reading, we got to see that military looks ahead to civilian oversight. Then at a different time, we see CRM requests emergency delay of civilian oversight. So at the 10-year mark, you can kind of read in the text in some of the paper about how 10 years prior, they formed the Civic Republic and CRM, the council, the people that formed everything, kind of brought everything together, decided, hey, we're going to give the military free reign, pretty much, because we're in an apocalypse. We're going to give them 10 years without any civilian oversight. But at the 10-year mark, we're going to start looking into what they're doing and saying, yeah, you can do that, you can't do that, you know, all that kind of stuff. And Bill, Major General Bill, is like, yeah, we need to delay that. And his tactic, as far as it seems anyway, from World Beyond, there was some excuses told to the scientists and stuff that, you know, they said, well, Omaha can't take care of themselves. We're supplying them. They're going to become a burden. We got to take them out, or we could lose what we have. So we don't want to do that. So the best strategy is to take them out, take out Omaha and Portland. You know, there's three circles: Philadelphia, Omaha, and Portland, the three communities, cities that were together forming the alliance. Major General Bill decided to take out two of them. CRM uses chlorine gas on the citizens of Omaha before blowing up part of the walls and sending in a large walker horde through Omaha to cover up their crime. So they gathered together a large walker horde and ran it through the city after they killed the citizens with chlorine gas and an experimental serum, or whatever you want to call it, that they had in it as well, trying to slow down or stop reanimation. But they wanted to cover up that crime, so they sent that walker horde through the city to then report to Portland and then report back to Civic Republic and say, hey, there's still a danger out there. There's a several large walker hordes out there, and they need to be taken care of. The city's in danger. It just wiped out. One of them just wiped out Omaha. Oh my God. So that's really the issue here. That's really what's happening. The big thing 10 years in that happened is Bill doesn't want to turn power back over, so he destroyed Omaha, covered it up with a walker horde. So yeah, it does seem like he's evil, and it wasn't just, oh, they can't take care of themselves kind of thing. Were they becoming competition? Were they really a strain on resources? Or did he use it just simply as a tactic to say, hey, the world is still dangerous out there. You still need me in power. We don't need any civilian oversight. All the exact details are actually a little bit unclear, but it does seem like Major General Bill does not want to lose power. Now, there are some other interesting things on the paper and stuff like that. Like I say, you can watch the video. I'll break it down a little bit further in a different video. I'll put the link in the description. But then we got this leak. I don't know if you call it a leak or they just put it out, gave it to us. I forget. But this is a shot of a newspaper stand selling newspapers here at Civic Republic. This is the ones who live. This is from that set. And there's a lot of stuff in this paper. It talks about that there's a council election going on. The council that's saying, hey, we're running Civic Republic and we need military oversight. They're having elections, and part of them say, yeah, we need oversight. And part of them are going, no, we don't really. And also in the paper, you kind of realize that people can't leave the city. It's a hidden city. It's a secret. We learned that kind of thing, throughout the Walking Dead, the World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, CRM content. But the people can't leave. And they're saying things like, look, in the world before, we were free. We could leave a city, go somewhere else, come back when we wanted to. But now we can't. So, yeah, we're in an apocalypse, but we're also slaves or prisoners, if you want to say it like that. So part of the population is like angry at that, and part of the population says, well, it's a needed thing. So you can see the big headline that says majority of CRC candidates, Civic Republic Council candidates, call for oversight of CRM. So the majority does call for oversight, but there's still a faction that says, I don't know about that. And whether that's just their opinion or they're actually on the side of Major General Bill, we just don't know all the details. So the question of why is Major General Bill a bad guy is because he wiped out Omaha. He killed 100,000 plus people just to stay in power. If that's the reason, he's definitely evil. And he's the bad guy. Is CRM as a whole the bad guy, the entire military? I don't think so. I don't think all the military is bad. I think there's just Major General Bill, the people that follow him religiously. There may be some people in the council that's on his side. So that's the story of kind of what's happening and why we're at where we're at and why the stuff's going on that's going on. There's one person, Major General Bill, it seems like, that wants to stay in power, and that's why everything is happening as it is. But there's also some other stuff in this paper right here. Let me show you some pretty interesting things. One has to do with Daryl Dixon, and the other, I don't know. We'll just have to come up with a theory about it. But you can see through the paper what's on the next page, what's on the other side. And that's pretty interesting in itself. Check out this one headline. Okay, starting at Tribune and going back toward what looks like a barcode, it looks like it says, Florida sends convoy north. And it probably doesn't say Florida. You guys can let me know what you think it says. If it doesn't say Florida, I'm not sure what it says. But if it does, at first, I think if you watched the video from before, I probably theorized that could that be the group that Michonne ran into? Some group from Florida is coming north, a convoy. That's, her group kind of looked like a convoy. So does that have anything to do with Michonne's group? I think it might tie into that. At first I thought, because fear was still going on at the time and stuff like that, I was thinking, maybe it's Padre, something to do with Padre or, Fear the Walking Dead characters. But what does the other side say? I think it answers the question, does Civic Republic know about France, Genet, Europe, And I think they do. Do they know about them specifically? I don't think so. Are they in cahoots with them? I don't think so. But what does it say? Signals from Europe. And I can't make out that next word. Appears, seems to be true. I don't know what to be true that word is, but signals from Europe is true, are true. They're picking up radio chatter, I would think. Signal, some type of signal as far as a radio signal, a signal that, hey, there's people alive across the pond. So to me, that might say, anyway, that no, they're not connected, CRM and, say, Janae's group, they're not working together. Are they aware of each other? Yes, that's the thing. You know, the ship has been over to America that got Daryl and then back to France. CRM seems to know about people in Europe, that there's people over there, but I don't think they're connected yet. And I don't think they're talking, in communication with each other directly. But from World Beyond newspaper and the newspaper right here, I mean, that's where we're getting a big, huge majority of our information from the newspaper, reading the newspaper that was on screen. And this really tells us the details. We know, if you watched World Beyond, someone, Major General Bill, that we hadn't met at that time, wiped out Omaha, made the decision to kill a whole bunch of people when they could have said, hey, let's teach you how to, work with solar panels. Let's teach you how to farm. Let's teach you how to, plant some seeds and do this and irrigate and do whatever it takes, to get the food or get whatever it takes that you need. Let's train you to do that. I mean, we have factories at Civic Republic. We have things going on at Civic Republic to make things. So can you. 100,000 people, you're going to have carpenters. You're going to have farmers. You're going to have, the people that you need, hopefully with the skill sets that you need to make it happen. Or you can train them. You don't have to kill them. But hey, you guys let me know what you think about it all. Of course, we've talked about a lot of this before. Like I say, I did a video on the paper before. I did a video on the World Beyond papers before and stuff like that. So we've talked about all this before, but now it's really coming to light. Now it's really coming out in the open. The Ones Who Live is about to air and all this stuff is going to start playing out. So you guys let me know what you think about it down in the comments below, and I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.